Alright, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. Sorry I haven't been posting much. My phone kind of took a crap on me, and that's what I use to do all my videos. You can see I'm in the middle of working, and it's been on this big fella right here. Just some routine maintenance stuff. Found a few issues, had to correct them, all that. But what I want to come at you today is with the stuff that I have always promised that I'm gonna have, is all my new stuff. So let's see what we got here. We got a ton of new stuff in the box, honestly. A whole lot. Actually, I got a list of it right here that I need to be paying attention to. So, new stuff in the box. Let's get to it. First of all, because I got so much new stuff, I had to change up the top drawer. So now my top drawer holds all my excess wrenches. Just worked out better that way. Put all the wrenches in one drawer and open up some other drawers for some other stuff. But some of my other stuff that's down in here, this drawer obviously I can kind of still expand into. Here's some of our new stuff right here. So 3/4 set, still the same. Torque wrench, still the same. But right here, through my employer's tool voucher program, I've got the Expert SAE long 0 degree offset ratcheting wrenches. Expert, if you don't know, is kind of like the entry version of Mac Tools. And Mac Tools is who our voucher program is with. I gotta say, used them the very first day I got them. This 3/4 one, I'm in love. Love these things. It only goes 5/16 to 3/4 in this set. And if I want to expand, I'll probably end up getting into like the gear wrenches and all that. I love my gear wrenches that I work with every day. So these are great, especially for this guy right here. I know I'm going to be using that for setting up slack adjusters a lot. On brakes, this 9/16 is going to get abused. This 3/4 is going to get used and abused. It's a set that it was free to me, so it's going to get the mess used out of it. And for future expansion in this box, I can always take it out of the little foam insert they sent it with, so that's pretty good, I think. Everything's still normal down here in the pliers drawer. A lot of new stuff in this drawer right here, though. Whole lot of new stuff. Got some bits for my 1/4" die grinder from Harbor Freight. There's supposed to be metal bits, some rasps, and things like that. I haven't used them yet, but I really want to see how they work out. They were cheap enough. I think it was like $10. So if I ever need them, they're there. Use them and let you know how they do. I picked up some of my own heat shrink to use on the trucks. This is marine heat shrink, which is designed with an adhesive lining for waterproof and marine applications. Because working on a garbage truck, you get all sorts of yummy garbage juice and stuff everywhere. So all these electrical wires that we do, you got to make sure they're insulated well. I picked up this guy. This is Harbor Freight's new Schneider butane-powered heat, torch, and soldering iron. And we have to get into all sorts of weird places on these trucks, and I didn't want to have to bust out a power cord just to do some soldering. I wanted to move away from doing butt splices in my repairs, so I'm trying this guy out. I've only used it a couple of times. Still need to put some more butane in it. I think this thing eats butane like none other. Could just be, my inexperience with it, but as time goes on, I'll let you know how this thing really shapes up. I had to borrow an air hammer one too many times, and so now I have my own central pneumatic air hammer. This is the medium barrel that they sell at Harbor Freight. I got the quick disconnect for it, and I bought every single chisel that they have for it. Used it once so far, and it did okay. I just need to get more experience with the air hammer until I make some, until I get on YouTube and make some claims and suggestions for people. So there's that. Big drawer down here, still the same. Nothing changed. Over here, I had to put my screwdriver somewhere. They ended up in here. I had to get rid of the trays because I got this file set and they needed a home. This is a Harbor Freight file set. I've used it a couple of times, borrowing it from some of the other guys around here, and I gotta say, this is a really good file set for the money. It's a lifetime warranty too, so go ahead and burn them up, man, and go get them replaced for free whenever they finally do give out. Great set. I think it was like $8. Next drawer down, got some more commonly used hand tools. One of them's out right now. I can always take the stuff out of this tray when it's time to expand too, but for all my picks and stuff like that, I do like to have them in trays. It just keeps them from going everywhere, keeps them organized. Prefer that. Same things in this drawer. Y'all should be well aware and familiar with it. This has been my consolidated quote-unquote junk drawer. This has spare parts, tape, adhesives, sealants, greases, chemical products I can fit in here, just all sorts of stuff, man. Plugs, welding items. This has been a consolidation of almost every kind of quote-unquote junk drawer throughout all my stuff, and it's all been packed into this drawer. So this drawer is completely done until I move on to a bigger box. Now I've made a wet drawer down here to keep my funnels and to keep my new siphon hose that I got from Harbor Freight as well. It's a slow siphon hose, but for $6 I'm pretty happy with it. I don't have to try to start a siphon with my mouth anymore, and it's got a squeeze bulb right there, so I just have to squeeze it to start it, versus some of these other siphon hoses that my guys here in the shop use. They get from Matco, I think. Man, they gotta sit there and they gotta do that, and not my thing. Sorry, I don't want to have to fight to get a siphon started. That sucker starts up and siphons out just fine, gives me plenty of time. It's nice and slow and controlled. I can do other things while I'm siphoning fluids. So that's there. Still got tools on my top. I cut this plywood top here because I needed something to work on top of, and it's been good. It's not treated with anything. In fact, it's bowing. But this is a work box, man. This ain't out here for show. And everything I do in it is to try to keep everything together and, make as much money at work as possible. I want to constantly be putting money into my tools, even though I know my wife probably feels like I do. But, you constantly put money into tools that you earn and constantly upgrading and getting bigger and better and all that. Yeah, I just want to buy cheap at first. And if I use it enough to where it breaks or I run out of space, then I'll upgrade. Tool cart's still the same. Ain't nothing changed here. But I'm packed out in here. Keeping some of my Cajun bolts right here. Been doing a lot of brakes lately. Something that comes up pretty regularly in this fleet. Vocational trucks are hard on their brakes, man. Very, very hard. Still got this wrench drawer the same, except I broke my largest and oldest crescent wrench, so I'm going to be replacing it with a 12-inch Carlisle. So I'll have a 12, a 10, an 8, and a 6 again. Or excuse me. Yep. 8, my bad. So you have 12, 10, 8, and 6. So one thing that I've been promising, and I know I'm starting to get a little long-winded here, is a review of this bad boy. My V-Gate Power Probe Tester. Man, this can be found on Amazon for $65. Doesn't come with this little nylon case. Let me get this off of here. Ta-da! $65. Comes with this box. Ton of stuff in it. Here is the V-Gate Power Test 150. It is an exact build-off of the power probes that everyone knows. And this is actually the newest version of the power probe, just in a different body and with some extra software. Let's see if anybody's got their battery box open around here. I don't think so. Let's go over to one of these brand new batteries. As you can see, power probe stuff does fit it. Let me hook up to one of these batteries here. Alright. So there we go. Power Toast 150 is on. Try to get it where you can really see that screen. So this is its basic DC mode that you can put it in. You can apply power. You can apply ground. It'll make a tone whenever you do both. And then you can swap over to the next screen, and this is where it takes a step away from the actual power probe. This right here is an oscilloscope. It's not an amazing one. By no means am I calling this a really good quality oscilloscope. You're not going to get that for sub couple $100. But it will read out your maximum and minimum voltage perceived, duty cycle percentage, and frequency, which is really important whenever you're working in my field, my industry, diesel, where a lot of things run off of duty cycle, quick on and off computer switching, or when sensors report in frequency. I'll back probe a sensor and it'll say 2.5 volts exactly off of a 5 volt reference sensor. And, if that doesn't change no matter what I'm doing, then you automatically know it is a frequency reporting sensor. And that's extremely important. This one also does have a resistance mode. You can see this little clip right here, just like power probes, this is a grounding clip. So you can attach to both sides of the circuit and get a resistance reading. It's pretty nice. And then you can change its tonality if you want. I like the tonality. So this is everything a power probe does. It is breaker protected, plus an oscilloscope. The switches are interchangeable with power probe switches. The tips and all the accessories are the same as the power probe. Does still have a light on it. Man, for 65 bucks, I don't know how people aren't scooping these up like crazy. I'm rather ashamed that I didn't buy my power probe. It was a gift for me, and I'm very thankful for it. I still use it at home. But I'm kind of ashamed that, I didn't know about this to tell people ahead of time whenever they wanted to buy a gift for me that would be the best buy. 65 bucks, man. You cannot beat that. Exactly the same functionality, plus more. I use that more often than I use my amazing snap-on meter. And believe me, I love this meter. I worked hard to pay this meter off from the truck early on in my career. Electrical is something I knew I wanted to specialize in out in this field. I mean, this is an awesome deal right here. But this guy, I picked that up so many times, and if it's more complicated than what I can get done with that guy, then it's time to bust out the multimeter from there. But otherwise, oh my gosh, 65 bucks well spent. Amazing. I gotta say, I got a lot of videos that I want to make. Probably the next one that I want to make, guys, is differentiating between these two things right here. Most people have one thinking it's the other, and some people want to use the other as this one. And they're two completely different tools, made for two completely different things. I'll get more in depth in that video. That's probably the next one that I want to do, is the difference between an impact driver and an impact wrench, and which one you should be buying for what. And then from there, I am completely open to suggestions. Guys, go through my videos. You know, I know I shoot a lot of the boxes, but I jump on YouTube and I look at toolboxes. I look at what other people are using, because, you know, when you spend 50, 60 hours a week in this environment, that's what you soak up. That's the knowledge that you want to have. You want to be able to do your job as easy as possible. So this is what I immerse myself into. I need to know what's out there. That way I can get as much work done as possible and get home quicker to my wife and family, spend time with them. So thank you guys. Let me know if you want a video of something that you've seen in my box in depth, what I use it for, why I bought that version of it and not something else, where you can get a better deal possibly. You know, just let me know. I'm totally here for the community, especially now that my phone is back in operation. So thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you. Hope you're having an awesome time out there in YouTube land. Peace.